I think you're ignoring on your issue about juries. I think you're not fully comprehending the nature of my proposition, in that we have no other solution than organizing the people. Okay, from the grassroots bottom up, and the most powerful way available to do that under law is through trial by jury process, as generally outlined in the Sixth and the Seventh Amendment. And the issue you're talking about in de facto court juries, yeah, that's a problem. That's not at all what I'm talking about. That you spent time and energy talking about something that's completely off point from what we're trying to do here. We're trying to organize competent, responsible patriots to issue competent, responsible, objective verdicts. We're not trying to herd a bunch of human cattle around and bamboozle them like the de facto courts do. This is an issue of what's called Venu. This is our jurisdiction. This is our community. And we've got the right to move in this manner and to cherry pick our jurors that are up to speed, that actually maintain qualified elector status. And the wording of the Seventh Amendment clearly indicates that. The wording of the Seventh Amendment says, no fact tried by a jury shall be reexamined in any other court of the United States other than according to the rules of the common law. That means any jury can do that. And when you understand, like the First Amendment, religious freedom, that's similar to what we've got here. It's not local. There's only two basic jurisdictions. One is local, and the other is like religious in the First Amendment, or what's called special or private communities, private community associations. We have lawful authority to cherry pick our own juries from our own venues of people that maintain qualified elector status, of good reputation in our community, that are competent in law. And see, when we compose our jury verdict, we can word it. We can issue findings of fact and conclusions of law in real serious detail. And the only way, according to the wording of the Seventh Amendment, that they can mess with our jury verdict is if they form another jury verdict and follow the rules of the common law better than we do. And we're so far ahead of them that they're not going to be able to do it. So it's a slam dunk, Matt. But nobody's doing it because we got all of the people that are misguided off here doing other things and not tapping into the real horsepower. And I get just a smidgen frustrated with all of that, but God hasn't got much to work with, and so I'm trying to be patient and explain it again and again to people that this is where our most powerful process is at. When Brad was talking about Lotus Justice being in prison, we could be, all it would take would be 10 people signing on, 12 people signing on to a habeas corpus jury verdict to order her release from prison immediately. And yeah, they probably wouldn't release her right away. They'd probably give us some static, but at least then we would be positioned solidly, and then at that point the conversation would change with the de factos that are holding her in prison. So I wish we were tapping into the serious horsepower that is available through our jury verdicts. And we've already got 6 signatures on our coronavirus jury verdict there. Maybe you would care to sign on to that one too, anybody here? Because we need to address this coronavirus thing too. And our rough draft jury verdict there has already said that it's all a fraud. There's no science. They haven't isolated this coronavirus. It's smoke and mirrors, gobbledygook, and hysteria. So we've got immense power at our fingertips if we assume the powerful positions on the legal lawful chessboard. but as long as we're off goofing around with things that don't amount to the hill of beans, then we're, America is doomed. I am afraid.